Welcome back for English for Communication 2. I'm Stephen Judge. Today we're continuing Unit 5 with personal history. We're going into a vocabulary lesson of word forms. In this lesson, we're going to talk about basic structures of sentences and noun suffixes. This will be a two-part lesson, and this is part A. So to begin with, let's talk about word forms. How many different kinds of words are you aware of in the English language? I'll take a moment, think about it. I know there are many different kinds, but what do you think are the four most common? And if you have a think about it, you probably understood that verbs, nouns, adjectives, and adverbs are probably the most common words people use when they speak English. And they have specific use and specific grammar rules. But were you aware that many words have different forms and act as verbs, nouns, adjectives, and adverbs? So example, our word act. As a verb, it's just A-C-T. As a noun, we add the suffix I-O-N, and it's now action. To make it into an adjective, we add I-V-E, and we make it active. And then as an adverb, we add L-Y, and it's actively. So there are many words that have several different forms, and knowing how to create the different forms and where they are in a sentence can really help you improve your grammar and improve how you sound when you speak to native English speakers. So let's review some basics. The basic structure of a sentence. We have subject, main verb, and object. So where do the verbs go? Well, the verbs go in the middle of the sentence between the subject and object. Our nouns are usually the doer or receiver of an action in a sentence, so they usually go at the beginning or the end in the subject or object. Adjectives describe nouns, so they either go before a noun or after the be verb, like I am hungry. And hungry is an adjective, and I is the subject, be verb, am. Thirdly, or finally, we have adverbs. They move around a lot, and there's a lot more complex grammar rules. They go at the beginning of a sentence, at the end, before a verb, after a verb, and they're a little more complex. But usually these are the grammar rules finding them. So sometimes when you're taking your midterm or your exam and you see the blank in the sentence, but you're not sure what form, sometimes where it is in the sentence might help you choose what form to use. So again, sentence structure. So looking with our verb act, Robert Pattinson's acts in Batman. As a noun, the action in Batman is exciting. In Batman, Bruce Wayne is an active protector of Gotham. So active modifies protector. And as an adverb, Bruce Wayne actively protects Gotham. So knowing where it is in the sentence can help you choose what form to use. Now, let's look at changing verbs to nouns and what kind of suffixes we use in doing that. Well, the first one is meant. So noun plus meant. Okay, so enjoy, arrange, appoint. All verbs become nouns when we add meant. Enjoyment, arrangement, appointment. Next, our verbs, we add I-O-N. So example, complete, decide, and discuss. Become completion, decision, and discussion. Next we have Asian, similar to shun from before. Inform, organize, educate, become information, organization, and education. Last, we have ants or ents. So verbs like perform, attend, and refer become performance, attendance, and reference. So when you want to use these as the subject or object of your sentence, you now know what to do. More, we also have ow. So arrive, approve, and propose become arrival, approval, and proposal. We also use your. So depart, press, and enclose become departure, pressure, and enclosure. Now, for the rules for verb to noun, unfortunately, there's no set rule of knowing what suffix to use with each word. It is on a word-to-word basis. So you really have to study the words in the different forms in order to master it. The more you read, the more you speak, the more natural it becomes to understanding what the right form is. And unfortunately, it just takes time and focus in order to master how to change each word. Now, not just verbs can change to nouns, we also have adjectives that can change to nouns. So example is ness. So useful, kind, and quiet all become nouns with ness. So usefulness, kindness, and quietness. We also use ty with ty. So adjectives like productive, active, and safe become nouns with productivity, activity, and safety. So using these, can you correct the sentences? Did she enjoyment the movie? So here we have the word in the middle of the sentence. Nouns don't go in the middle. So we shouldn't be using a noun, we should be using the verb. So we would say, did she enjoy the movie? Here we have complete of this course is mandatory. It's the subject, and complete is a verb. And if you remember, to make it into a noun, we add I-O-N. So completion of this course is mandatory. Here we have the teacher hasn't information us yet. It's in the middle. It's after has, so usually it's present perfect, so we know we need a verb after this. So information is a noun. So the verb inform, but we need the verb 3 of the past participle, informed. The teacher hasn't informed us yet. Number 4, the teacher always checks attend at the beginning of class. Good. Attend is a verb, and when you check a noun, so we need to check attendance. I'm still waiting for my parents to approval my decision. There's 2 errors in this one. Approval and decide. So here we need to, and we usually follow with a verb, to approve my decision. I'm waiting for my parents to approve my decision. 6, her kind, an adjective, but here it's the beginning of the sentence, so it should be a noun. Her kindness. is one of best characteristics. Number 7, we take safe. Again, we're looking for a noun because it's after the verb. So we take safe seriously around here. And this topic isn't part of just a noun, not a verb. So we have to add ION to make it discussion. Now, there's one more way we make into nouns, and it's a special way. They're called gerunds. So these are verbs into nouns, and we add ing. And gerunds are usually made after the main verbs like, hate, love, and enjoy. So I like watching TV. I hate washing dishes. I love dancing. I enjoy spending time with you. So even though these are verbs, they're acting as nouns because they're after the main verb, and they've become nouns by adding ing. And in doing this, we call them gerunds. Well, that's it for changing words into nouns by adding suffixes. I'm Steve Judge, and have a good day. Bye-bye.